If y'all want to learn how to make jerky like this, then let me tell you what, you clicked on the right video. Hey guys, Mason here with Bow Choice TV, and today we're going to be making some jerky. So one of the best things about harvesting a deer or any other type of animal is being able to share the meat with your friends and family and enjoy that. Here's a clip of the doe that I shot the other day that I will be using for jerky meat today.
She's done.
I've been tweaking with this recipe and how I make my jerky for a little bit, and I think I finally got it nailed down, and I wanted to share it with y'all. So we all know that mostly everybody loves some good deer jerky, but it is so dang expensive if you're going to the processor with costs of up to $20 per pound. So over the past few years, I have been processing all of my own deer by myself, and I feel like the meat is just so much cleaner, tastier, and better overall, and you know exactly what you're getting back. So let's jump right into making some jerky. So first step is going to be, go ahead and grab you a cold adult beverage if you're into that kind of thing. Whoever's over there at Bush for the advertisement, they won with this camo can. So I have my jerky meat right here. It's going to be about 2 pounds of ground venison. And I know you might be thinking, ground venison, it's not sliced up, but you'll see here in a little bit what I do with it to make it super tender and delicious. This meat has been marinating for about 12 hours now, and I will be leaving the recipe to the marinade in the description down below. Once you have properly marinated your meat, then you want to go ahead and get you some non-stick parchment paper and just a typical rolling pin. You could also use like a pan or like a cast iron pan to kind of flatten it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of parchment paper out. And once you get that down, go ahead and we're going to rip off a second piece. Don't make a noise for right now. So you're gonna get about I usually eye just everything. I don't normally weigh it out, but you're gonna want to get about a 1/4 pound to 1/3 of a pound of meat. Let's see if this how this comes out right here. So put it on your parchment paper. You get another piece of parchment paper on top, and then what you're gonna do, you're just gonna roll this thin, just nice and easy. So whenever I'm rolling this meat out with the rolling pin, my goal is to get it to about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch thick, and then I'm going to transfer this over to one of the trays of my dehydrator. I'm gonna grab the dehydrator real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So on my dehydrator, I have the round trays. So what I did right here, whenever I was rolling it out, I was trying to get it in somewhat of a shape of a circle. So it'd probably be a little bit easier if I had a rectangle tray dehydrator, but I just have the cylinder one, so that's what I'm using. So what I'm gonna do is kind of do a little bit of cleanup right here, and I'm going to peel this top layer of the parchment paper off. Kind of do it slowly and make sure none of it's peeling up from the bottom. Alright, set that aside, and I'm going to get y'all a closer view of what this looks like. So I've rolled that out pretty thin right there. And then I'm just going to transfer it from here to one of the trays. So my dehydrator comes with one of these little trays. Not sure what they're called, but this is what I use to transfer it from here to the actual tray. Try to center it up the best I can. And then with these trays, they have the little hole in the middle. So what I do whenever I put this on here is I just kind of peel this meat out of that centerpiece. Wherever I have a gap, under here. I'll just kind of like flatten this out by hand, and then I'll just mesh this in. Oops, getting a phone call. Sorry I had to answer that phone call. Back to making jerky. So I've got the meat right on this little mesh tray. I'm about to transfer it over here. So what I'm gonna do is just flip it over like that. Then again, peel it off. See, this is kind of starting to come up, so you just gotta be careful to not peel up all of it. And sometimes it's inevitable, but this one's working out pretty nice. Oh, last little bit didn't stick on. Wabam. There we go. So we're gonna take this and then we're gonna transfer it onto this tray. I know this sounds complicated, but trust me, it is all worth it. And then peel this off. Okay, and then you got your first tray of jerky ready to be dehydrated. Now we're gonna repeat that process for a couple more times until all these trays are filled up. Okie dokie. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays loaded up with delicious jerky. I've got a little bit left in this bag, probably about a pound, and I've got another dehydrator that I'm gonna load up with this, but I won't bore y'all with that. So this is my dehydrator. I put it on the highest setting, which is 155, and I'll let it go for usually about 4 to 5 hours. It just depends. I check it every hour. Just plug her in and get to cooking. There we go. All right, timer just went off, and let's take a look at our jerky. Looking good. Still pretty spongy. I'm gonna rotate some of these trays around and we'll see you in another hour. 2 hours in. Still a little spongy. Needs a little bit more time. So every hour whenever I'm checking the trays, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate the one on the top and move it all the way to the bottom. Close. Still just a little bit spongy. I bet it needs another hour and a half. Alright, it has been 4 hours and it is looking good. Let's get that leathery texture to it. Good bend. It is perfect. Alright, here we are. It just looks succulent right there. My dog's getting excited. He knows it's jerky time. Maverick, you want the first taste test? It's about a good piece. Here we go, bub. Sit. Sit. Tell him what you think. Nope. I think he approves. Well, y'all, thanks for tuning in today. Just wanted to give you all a couple extra pointers. As far as storage for your jerky, once you have fully dehydrated it It'll store in an airtight container, unrefrigerated, for up to about 2 weeks before it starts getting a little wonky and growing mold and whatnot. But if you vacuum seal it, put it in the fridge, freezer, it'll last a very long time. If y'all use this recipe, make sure and leave me a comment, like this video, and tell me how it turned out. I'd love to hear some feedback. Or if y'all tweak the recipe at all and think it might turn out better, please let me know. I am open to tweaking up the recipe a little bit or trying something new. I am Mace with Boat Choice TV. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today, and we appreciate every single one of y'all. We'll see you on the next video.